Good afternoon. You are tuned into Ability Matters, a program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. Ability Matters is one of the longest running disability-related programs in the whole wide world. Starting its headway on air in 2007, you can now listen to podcasts of previous Ability Matters programs on YouTube and Spotify. Just search for Ability Matters. Ability Matters is brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability.
Yes, good afternoon everyone. You're listening to Ability Matters on 106.9 VOX FM, the Illawarra's favourite community radio station. I'd first of all like to thank Peter for the past 2 hours of a lovely show. So he's filling in for Lil Wings, My Generation, that was the name of the show. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to get through the Ability Matters. We have a very important interview lined up for today. The interviewee is Kylie, but for now we're just going to get through to open up with a few good songs. I've got for you this morning Grand Funk Railroad with Some Kind of Wonderful from 1974 album All the Girls in the World Beware. Okay, good morning everybody. We have my usual co-host Rebecca with me today. How are you, Beck?
Good. How are you today, Tony?
I'm going good, thank you. And who do we have with us today?
We have Kylie, and she's actually from HomeCaring. How are you today, Kylie?
I'm good, Beck. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
No, thank you for coming along. It's interesting to hear all about what you've got.
It's great to have a fresh face in here again. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
You're
we want to
welcome.
hear all about HomeCaring. So what we'll do is we'll jump straight into the questions. And I'm just wondering, was there something that made you choose the care industry?
I fell into the care industry by accident, and it was the best fall I think I've ever taken. My history has always been about working with people, for people, about people. And eventually a space came up in the disability sector where my skills and my knowledge was going to be absolutely utilised. And because I like people, it just really worked. I've got family friends that have disability, and I was always intrigued by the space. And then coming into HomeCaring, which does aged care and disability, it was a really good blend of my personal experience with aged care along with my professional experience in disability to come together.
Oh, that sounds really exciting.
So something you're glad you fell into.
So really glad I fell into
Wow.
it.
And
So
the
you've
smile
got a
says it
little
all.
bit of
Thank you.
lived experience as well, which I suppose gives you a little bit more of an insight as to what actually happens and what goes on in all different scenarios with people.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, my lived experience is having real insight of listening, hearing and seeing people, as well as my family members and friends experience the complexities of disability and aged care. And because I like untangling problems and helping people, this just provided the space to be able to do that. And HomeCaring is all about that.
Oh, it sounds like a perfect fit.
It is.
Awesome.
Wow.
So could you tell us about HomeCaring, a little bit more about what you're actually doing there?
Okay, so HomeCaring is a very large national organisation, Australian private owned. We are large, which means people have the ability to trust in our processes, our systems and our branding, which is all about timely and consistent communication, loyalty, and very values driven by people on the ground to deliver their services. And then how we do that in a very local level is the fact that we're franchised. So we have people that are generally registered nurses who want to invest in their own business in the local areas that they reside, and then they set up their business through being franchised in HomeCaring. So then all the supports are delivered at a very local level. We have a franchise down here in Wollongong, and we cover the Wollongong Nowra area by Kelly. And then we also have a franchise, Tim, who does the Southern Highlands area. And then we have pocketed areas all the way back up the coast.
Wow.
Yeah, which is brilliant. So we have a national spread and very locally delivered service.
Oh, so I suppose every person that's decided to take on a franchise actually has an invested interest because they've got a background in that kind of area already before they start.
Exactly, that's it. So to become a franchisee, it's very much a 50-50 model, which is really nice because it means that the franchisee gets to do what they do really well in terms of local service delivery, and then they're backed and supported by HomeCaring Corporate to deliver the service and look after the admin and the systems and payroll and things like that.
So I suppose you guys set the policies and then that's their guidelines of what they need to adhere to.
That's exactly right.
And just to quickly interrupt there, sorry.
Sure.
So by 50-50, you mean like more one-to-one sort of thing?
No, financially invested.
So what you get in, what you put in, you get back, sort of thing. Yes.
Something like that. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
I'm not very economically minded, so I'm not sure very many listeners out there would be on the same basis. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify the different things. Yes.
So yeah, sure, that's fine. So 50-50 model for franchisee is so it's a financial investment,
yes,
but then it's also a support investment. So the franchisees have access to the corporate team, so someone like me as a relationship manager to help them with networking and getting out into the businesses, into the local community to grow their brand, to let people know that they're here to provide their services in a way that suits them best. So whether it's disability related or aged care related, the franchisee is able to do that at a very local level. Then the support they get from HomeCaring Corporate is the ability to tap into our resources and our services to help them run their business.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the benefit is for the local community is that you know that the person who's providing your service is here, is local, they understand the environment. All the support workers that come in to provide your support are your local people.
So I have a bit of an idea of what the area and the complexities of day-to-day life might be in that specific area. Say, it's in Wollongong. They know pretty much the general vibe, I suppose the word is, for all the different areas around Wollongong.
And that's exactly it. So all of our teams in Wollongong, they know your local GPs, they know your pharmacy, they know where you like to go, they know how to get there, so that you can really trust in your supports and you know that the people that come to care for you or support you know the area, you know they're going to be on time, you can trust them because they can get there. They know who to talk to if you're having a problem with something. They know who to go to in your specific space.
Yeah, I suppose it's a little bit more personalised than some of the different services out there where you've got to go online or kind of stuff.
Yeah, everybody can hide behind a computer. I know through my own personal experience with my family how difficult it was just to have a cleaner arrive on time because the cleaner was coming from 2 hours away and on a bus.
Yeah.
And actually, English was their third language.
And actually clean the whole house because they're only going to do certain things from what I know.
That's it, absolutely. So we struggled with that, having a cleaner come into the home and be on time because that affected my parents. Their whole day was blown out if the cleaner was late.
Massive, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have that problem with us.
Cool. We're going to jump straight back into it when we come back after this song.
Okay.
And we'll get a song off you now, Tony, if that's okay.
Sure. I've got for you The Doors, Hello, I Love You, from 1968 album, Waiting for the Sun. Yeah, here we go. And yes, I just played The Doors with Hello, I Love You from 1968 album, Waiting for the Sun. And now back into the interview between Bec and Kylie.
Excellent. Thanks, Tony. That was a great song. I love that song.
I'm sure you'll like the rest of the one up too. There we go.
I just am curious with you, Kylie, like what is your role as a relationship manager? What is a relationship manager?
I've never heard of one of those before. Care to explain?
In corporate world, my title would equate to a business development manager.
Oh, a corporate relationship manager.
Yes.
I thought you meant like human relationship.
So, well, no, that makes sense, right? Because I get asked that question a lot. What actually is a relationship manager? So in corporate world, it'd be business development. But because we work with people about care and support services, to do that and do it really well, you have to draw on every part of what builds a relationship. So it's about communication, building trust, building loyalty, and making it feel warm and have people feel connected to you, because otherwise we might as well all be sitting behind sitting behind a computer and doing a Google search. So
True.
Being a relationship manager lends itself for people to feel like we are actually here for them and we're trying to build that connection, so that if you are looking for services for yourself or for your loved one, or for someone you just happen to know in the community, you want to connect with somebody, and that's us as relationship managers.
Okay, so are you, just out of curiosity, would you be the first point of contact?
I can be the first point of contact, but to make it
very young.
Oh, look, I like to be the first point of contact
First
because
point
I
of call.
actually really enjoy working with people. I do go into people's homes and understand what their services are that they're looking for. However, it's much better, I think, if we do have more of a streamlined process. So while I can be the main port of call, it's better off if someone contacts us through our 1300 number and then is diverted back through to the local franchisee.
So listeners, get your pen and paper handy, ready for the 1300 number. Maybe not now, maybe later in the show. Okay?
Absolutely.
But yeah, sure.
Get it ready. It's coming up. So I'm just wondering, who can get home caring services? Because you said that you work both in the disability and the aged care, so I'm just curious, is there any certain things that need to happen or they need to have, or
Okay.
is it just open to anyone? No.
We'd love for it to be open-ended. So our primary way for people, our services are aged care. So
Yep.
people with a support at home package or applying for their support at home package.
So
I'll
is
come
that
back to
through
that.
my aged care?
That's through my aged care, that's correct. And generally, because that service or access can be a little bit difficult, and people don't generally realise the services that they might need to stay safely at home as they get older and continue their own independence, we can jump in and support you to access that service. We can come in and provide a quick safety assessment and understand your needs and support you through that application, just so that you're in a better off position with the funding that you do receive. We also do disability, which is through the NDIS, and through disability, that's generally in-home and community supports, and some of our franchisees also provide access and manage the supported independent living homes, or SIL, S-I-L, as it's more commonly known.
We had Mark on about those last week, supported independent living centres.
That's right.
Okay.
Or homes.
Yep. We also provide private because sometimes people need supports, but maybe if they're older, they are self-funded retirees and maybe they can't afford or don't want to go through the My Aged Care process. So we do private services. Same with people with a disability. You might have an NDIS package that doesn't provide the funding for the level of support you actually require, and you might have the money sitting behind you to want to pay for that privately, so we do that. And
Well, that's a big one because I know most just NDIS. So to have something that you can actually do privately as well, that's great.
yeah, that's it. Well, we like to be here for people, so to meet you where you're at, we can't be limited to just taking one part of funding.
People on all levels, yes?
We can do all levels, that's correct.
Wonderful.
And then we also do hospital to home transition as well, which is quite important because sometimes people find themselves in hospital and they don't necessarily qualify for aged care, or they might not qualify for disability, but they do need support for a short-term period to come home and rehabilitate at home, and we can provide that service as well.
And also, you get booted out of the hospital because they need the bed, but you're not well enough yet.
Oh, don't even get me started on that one.
Sorry.
No, I completely agree with you. So it's great to know there are services like us in your local area that can help you go from hospital to home safely and comfortably, so you can regain your confidence and capacity to be at home.
So one of these services would be something like a transitional living unit, yes? Or something like that. No, I'm just talking about purely from a a patient point of view.
We
not
can
so much environmental.
Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
We can do that for you in your own home, or if you're looking for something short term, we might be able to help with a home in a short-term accommodation space.
Kind of like respite?
Yeah,
maybe?
kind of like respite, but there's a whole lot of qualifying factors around that. So
what you were just trying to say to me was you can do the TIL, your transitional living unit thing, but in your own home.
yes.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been great for me, but oh well. Didn't know it existed. No worries.
No, that's the thing,
I don't
right?
think it used to then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look,
So is this just a recent development?
no, but it'd be privately funded.
That's why,
I think
yes, okay.
sometimes it's more about we don't know what we don't know.
Yes.
And it's having the ability to come and talk to you guys and being vocal within the community to say there are organisations like HomeCaring that are here and we can help and we can provide options for you. It doesn't always have to be system orientated.
I love it. I absolutely
Well, I was
love
talking,
it.
this was back in like 2005, so maybe not. Yeah.
I'm 2008, and back then I had to go to a transitional living home in Goulburn, and that
Wow.
was not fun at all.
No, it wouldn't have been. And I think now as a community, we're more aware of services that people need, and the NDIS is very much allowed for choice and control. Aged care is very much about that as well, for having
it's
dignity and
opened
having your
up.
independence. And yeah, it's opened it up, Bec, so that you can really live your life your way, how you want to. And our role is to support that.
Yeah, instead of being in a certain category, because we know that was always what used to be the way. You fall in
Stigma.
this one, so this is what you get.
It's kind of undignified.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was the best model of care, but
I'm really sorry you had to go through that.
I think many of us had at some stage for whatever reasons. It's all different reasons out there that people might have to
Life
go
goes
to the
in hand, you just can't
hospital
handle.
or get surgery or whatever. So, or as you're getting older and things are changing and capabilities are changing. I don't think they used to have as much of a chance to stay in home as they do now.
Exactly right. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And that might be a good time for me to play a song, hopefully to break things up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've got for us all now Bill Medley with Friday Night's a Great Night for Football.
Oh,
From 1991. It was actually featured in the film, Bruce Willis film, The Last Boy Scout. Plus, I remember this song growing up because I know it used to be played for the NRL commercials.
Totally. I'm thinking, Win was on Win.
Yeah, on TV. Good stuff. All right, here it is. Bill Medley, Friday Night, Great Night for Football. Yeah. Okay, yes. Now we're straight back into the interview between Rebecca and Kylie.
Thanks, Tony.
Is that
Awesome.
home living care? Yeah.
HomeCaring.
HomeCaring, yes.
It's nice, easy title to remember there.
HomeCaring. And with the number a bit later on, yes?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
Sure.
I just wanted to check with you, Kylie. We briefly spoke about what areas you cover, but it would be great to remind our listeners and just tell them which places they can actually get some localised home caring.
fantastic. So Kelly is the person who manages the Wollongong, Illawarra and Nowra area. So she would be the person for this area specifically that you would contact. She would answer the phone. She would come and see someone in their home, and she would organise a local supports area for the Illawarra and Shoalhaven areas. We have Tim in the Southern Highlands area. And then as you move to different parts up the coast, or Campbelltown, Liverpool, Sutherland Shire, we've got different directors that manage those specific local areas.
So really across the board.
We really are across the board, and we do cover all of Australia.
Wow.
So, for instance, if you wanted supports in Liverpool, we would introduce you to a different director
Different
who's
carer,
in that
yes.
area.
Or
That's
different
correct.
manager,
Yep.
yes.
So
Awesome.
we would then come into our 1300 number, which I'll give in a moment, because we want to, our point of value and our point of difference is very much about having very local supports, because local matters.
Of course.
It's so true, so true. I know it's not really apt, but That's like when you have your local member for Parliament and they've got to live in the area. They've got to know what they're talking about.
That's one
it.
local. But
Yeah.
let's get back to this one at hand now.
So I'm just wondering, like, I'm pretty sure that people out there would be really interested in that, especially that you have that factor of it doesn't necessarily have to be NDIS. You can pay for it yourself if you're able to do that. So I suppose, how can people get in contact with you?
So we've made it really easy to get in touch with us. We have a 1300 number. So if you have a pen and paper, it's 1300 694 195. We have an info email address that you can reach us on, which is info@homecaring.com.au, or you can just jump on our website and fill in the contact us form that way, which is www.homecaring.com.au. We've made it really easy because for us, everything needs to be really simple. We want to take the complexities of disability or aged care or systems and navigating all of that away from you and do it for you. So even to reach us is simple.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that little
most
breakdown,
welcome.
Tony. And thank you so much for coming along today, Kylie. We really do appreciate hearing what you've got to offer. It sounds fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I think that it will open up, especially with the private funding, because even though there are so many people on NDIS or My Aged Care, there's that whole other cohort that just aren't eligible for whatever reason.
Too many different people.
Silly
different
reasons,
yes.
to be honest. But to have something that's available to them as well, I think that's going to be something that resonates with a lot of people and turns that light bulb on and they go, oh yeah, maybe I can get that.
Absolutely. And the fact that it's really local.
Yeah.
You know, no one's coming from an hour away
Yeah.
to meet with you or understand you or hear you or help you.
It's not exactly next door, but it's close, suburb, yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's a big word, sorry, but it's in the vicinity.
In the vicinity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. We're your neighbours.
Wonderful.
Yeah. No worries.
Neighbours you can depend on.
That's it. That's us.
No, well, thank you so much. I would love to have you again if you've got anything coming up or anything that you want to let people know about, that you've changed, added another service or
Yep.
another area or anything like that, because I just think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing in the community there.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Incredible.
It's been really great. I really appreciate the time. Nice to meet you both. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to do a quick cut over to an interview with Sean,
That was pre-recorded.
and he's going to be speaking with Nathan, and Nathan has something coming up over the next week or so, so we just want to give everyone a bit of a heads up of what's going to be happening. So over to you, Tony, and I'll let you play that.
Well, here I'm about to play for you the pre-recorded interview between Sean and Nathan, was it? Here we go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nathan. I'm going to have a chat to you. I understand you're coming down to Wollongong very soon. You did last year, and you come down to sell your books and art and other things. When are you actually heading down to Wollongong?
Oh, I'm coming down on the 18th, and I'll be staying the 18th through to the 20th. So I'm going to get a full day of selling in on the 19th.
Okay, that's February.
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. And then what are you selling? What are you bringing down?
Well, I've got, I had 4 short stories last time I came in my novel. Now I've got 2 new short stories. I've got my my gift cards with my paintings on them. I've got shirts done by me and Brad, and I've got some other art done by other artists who I represent.
Okay, so just we'll go through that a bit slow there. So the short stories, they're like small, thin books, I guess. They're separate books each?
They're only short stories. They're about 40 or 50 pages each.
Okay. And what are they about?
All sorts of things. I write about apocalyptic themes. I write about magic. I write about real-world things. A lot of my work deals with mental illness and my personal experience with psychosis. I write about a range of things.
Yeah, because for those that maybe don't remember or don't know, we spoke to Nathan in August last year, so you can go back and listen to some of the things we talked about, the Ability Matters Spotify feed or the YouTube feed of the podcast. And what's the book that you're bringing down?
Oh, there's 7 books. I'm bringing 7 books down.
Oh, right.
Yeah, six short stories and a novel.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool. And what's the novel called?
Kings of the New Age, The Quest of the Balancing Stones.
And what's that, in a couple of sentences, what's that about?
It's a post-apocalyptic epic fantasy based in Australia.
Okay. And has that got themes of magic and science
Yes,
sort of interacting?
certainly does, exactly.
Okay. I meant to ask you just quickly last time we spoke, is that the one that's based on those carvings in the bush at Gosford, in the cave that some people think may have been there for a long time?
They feature in the story, yes. It's not entirely based on it, but they're a central plot point.
So just what are those things? What are those carvings or drawings, or what are they?
Well, a lot of people think they're Indigenous markings, but then there's this whole set of people who believe that the Egyptians came here 2,000-3,000 years ago and left the markings, and that there's this whole story it tells about their adventure over to Australia back in those ancient times.
Okay, and is it carved into the rock or written like with charcoal?
Carved into the rock.
I guess it's also important. I did a bit of research. Some people think they were done in the 70s as well.
There's that as well.
Yeah.
They think it was a hoax.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, you said some cards, so like gift cards, birthday cards, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've got what you would say are postcards, gift cards, but they've got my chalk pastel paintings on them. I've also got wildlife gift cards by artist Kylie, who I work with, and she's a very talented wildlife drawer. So, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And there was some other artists as well. Was that
yes,
cards?
I've got a leatherwork guy named Jax who does leather pouches and necklaces. I've got April Everly who does ceramic jewellery, so I've got her stuff now. Her stuff's quite expensive. Who else have I got? I'm doing shirts with Brad Sessom and me are doing a series of political shirts. So, yeah, I've got a range of new stuff since last time I was down.
Okay. And where will you be set up? Where will you be selling all this fantastic stuff?
Well, last time I was told I should go near the bus stop outside of Wollongong Mall, and they said I'll be left alone if I go there. The council doesn't allow street selling in the actual mall.
Okay.
So I've been told to go just around near the bus stop.
So that's basically the corner of Crown and Kira at the top end of the mall, where the mall turns back to the road?
Correct.
Yeah, and so the 19th, what's that, a Friday?
That is
or a Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday.
And what time will you be there?
Oh, I'll set up very early. I'll set up at 8 o'clock and I'll stay until 4 in the afternoon.
Sounds very interesting, and I got to check out Nathan's stuff when he was here last time, so I highly recommend you come and get some unique gifts and cards. And I haven't read all the stories. Nathan gave me a couple of books, but I read a couple, and yeah, they're very in-depth and world creating. There's a definite world created within those books. It's fantastic. All right, well, yeah, check it out, 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. at the top end of the mall.
There you have it. Wonderful information there. And now I've got something a little bit personal right now. Today's the birthday of my godfather who passed away, so I'm going to play him one of his favourite songs in tribute. I've got it lined up now. Jethro Tull, Locomotive Breath, from the 1971 album, Wollongong. And there it was. Kansas, Dust in the Wind, the 1977 album, Point of No Return.
A good song.
Oh, great song.
Good song. And what we're remembering it from?
You mentioned to me off air that the first time you heard it was actually from the film Old School. I think it was the year 2003 or 2004.
Yeah, so that's like nearly what? How long ago now? In 82 that first came out, so that's like...
Kansas released it in 77.
Oh, 77,
yes,
sorry.
That's
so that's even longer.
Yeah.
That's quite a while before I actually heard that. So it's nearly 40 odd years.
About my lifetime, there you go.